Amber Steel mirror match. It looks like we have our game coming up.
And Ben versus Bao, we're being told. What do you think? Should they change the rules of Lorcana so that whenever you play a song card, when you play a song, you have to sing the name of the card as you play it?
All right, so yeah, okay, so definitely the song cards. I think the trouble might be what happens if the movie was not localized in your country, right? So let's say if you're not from an English-speaking country, and you know, it's like the song's completely different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I know.
What would you do then, right?
Yeah. One of them, A Whole New World in French, is The Blue Dream. So there's just
okay. So is the translation like a conceptual translation, or is it just like, oh, this is what the song was in?
It has to be conceptual because they need to make it rhyme in in the other tongue. So if you can't come up with a literal rhyme, then you have no choice but to change it. So yeah, there's some very funny ones.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Definitely it's just like so thematic and on point that characters can sing their cards. And so it's very, very thematic, and you can just obviously a lot of Disney movies have a lot of musicals to them, and so I think it's very on brand. It's very enjoyable. What are they going to do when they run out of songs? You know?
Yeah, they'll write more songs. I think.
Or you just take different lyrics of the same song, right?
Yeah, there's
like
quite
Straight
a few
from a Raging Fire. There's all there could be like Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, that would be the nice follow up to that one.
You know? And then just obviously different lyrics within the same song.
There's a few songs that have multiples. I'm just trying to think of them, but none of them are coming to mind.
Yeah.
Have you got a favorite Disney song?
Oh, okay. So didn't I mention Under the Sea earlier today?
Under the Sea, you did mention.
All right. So Under the Sea, I really like Mulan. I'll Make a Man Out of You. Also, I think there was a rendition by Jackie Chan in the Chinese version. So that was pretty cool. So, all right. Oh, Snake Eyes. All right.
No. 2 and 6. So we got 8 versus 11.
Oh, no. They're just really small dice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ben Simmons versus Bao Bui, and both on Amber Steel.
Yep.
So, the question is, are they the same Amber Steel, or which Amber Steels are they?
Yeah, that's one of the things that's kind of nice now that there's an alternative Amber Steel deck. It's like, well, which variant am I actually against?
Yeah, you may not even know straight away, because if your opponent goes turn 1 Cindy, still don't know, you know?
Yep. All right, so it looks like on the right we're seeing Ariel, so that's probably more traditional steel song. On the left,
I think I saw a knight, so I think I saw a dwarf on the left side, so I think it might be Digger on the left side and songs on the right side.
Quite likely, yeah.
Yeah, so in which case, how does this matchup play out?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never seen this mirror before, so this is going to be a good one.
One ping's a little bit better. I would imagine the game is going to be dictated by Robin Hood's. Robin Hood's just a big chunk of stats. It's got 6 willpower, so it's going to be very difficult to remove. It can come in reasonably cheaply, and it can challenge some of the smaller units. So it can put up a fight, or it can put up a challenge against Calhoun, who's going to be the vanguard of
the location,
Ben's side. Yeah,
I think Calhoun is quite nice in this matchup. It's like cards like Storm Rage on don't deal. Because it's got that resist +1.
It's not enough inherently. So
and then it can really stop the singers from turning sideways. So
it looks like Bao's going first.
It looks that way, and there's a couple of options in the starting hand here. We got the Cindy, we got the Little Robin Hood. So I think we might see Cindy come out.
Cindy might be good, because if you go Cindy, it means that you'll be able to go Storm Rage first onto your opponent's Cindy.
Yeah,
and then cool. Then they don't get to return fire.
Yeah.
So.
And
so we
got the Daisy, we got the Cindy.
We're putting down the Smee,
and looks like a dock. Yeah, finally somebody.
If you're on the back end, you don't go Daisy. I don't think, right? All right, cool. Looks like we're going Daisy. All right, cool. So Daisy does survive Storm Rage on, so I guess I can see that happening. And I guess because there's a higher concentration of songs or like non-character cards in the deck, Daisy has a lower chance of giving your opponents free cards. So it's decision of what to ink right now.
All right, so Bao is going inking
the Pete,
playing the Lilo.
And then Lilo, so Lilo, just great source of resources. We've seen Lilo's all day, and I just I've sung praise all day for Lilo.
Yeah, it's been looking all right.
Sticking around. And that's first law over to Bao. Player 2, and Ben catches up straight away. 2 law for him, and now top of the deck. And is that a Shmee?
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, okay, cool. Cool. Into Smee and puts in Calhoun. All right, cool.
So, yeah, not a bad start here for both players, I would say.
Yeah, but if Bao plays out another character, he can play Strength of Raging Fire, which will just take out. That's Calhoun, probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool.
And there's the aerial.
Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would then just reveal like Strength of Raging Fire from that, and then just like play it straight away.
That one.
Yeah.
So there's Storm.
Cool. Easy. And then, so I think I did see Strength of Raging Fire right in hand. Stop shuffling your hand so much, mate.
I know. Yeah. Very difficult to say. I think
okay, so all right, let's see. We got. Oh, so he's just sitting back. Okay, cool. So he didn't have Strength of Raging Fire. Yeah. Storm Rage is on. Obviously, not enough to banish Calhoun.
Yep. And Daisy Duck's got that 4 willpower. So yeah, quite a tricky board to deal with here for Ben.
All right, cool. All right, so we gone wide here as well.
Very wide.
Yeah. Okay, so Ben, it looks like he's probably setting up for a Dock turn in the near future. So he's just pushing more of his cards out of his hand. A quest for 1, not being too afraid. Very difficult to challenge into Calhoun with all your 1 strength characters. Okay, cool. So over back to Bao. So both, it's like playing battle cruiser games. You know, everyone's getting their cannons ready on the ships, and you know, whenever they get in range, and so fire ahead. All
right. So one of the plays that I really like, if you can play Pete on the same turn when you sing a whole new world, it can really limit your opponent's options.
Oh, true.
So we might see something like that coming out from Bao here, but this Pete may be destined for the Inkwell.
Yeah, maybe that's also like what Ben's kind of playing into. If he keeps his hand a little bit lower, you know, whenever his opponent like whole new worlds him, he does like pick up the. So here's Ariel, but like Ben really hasn't played that many cards. There's still a ton of cards in hand. He's been getting cards off of like the aerials as well. So he's still got a healthy hand size. I don't think this whole new world's coming down for a while.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Bao has any reason to run that out at the moment because he's got.
Looks like we're singing. All right, cool. Freezing, Storm Raging on the Cindy for 2. Cool, she came in.
And there's Daisy. So
all right, cool. So now we both have some questers on both sides.
Both players going quite wide here.
So
got the Lilo.
So Lilo quest for 2. Yep. All right, cool. So he's just accepting that. All right. Yep. Calhoun is going to get in there, get some action. Yeah. And so that's that. But you know, if Calhoun's going into Lilo, you know, it's not going into Daisy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think once you're already...
Bao is currently over at 5 lore. Yep, and Ben is
at 3.
At 3, so he's a little bit behind. He can catch up to 2 pretty easily. If he goes into Lilo comes back, right?
Yes.
Can't pay for it to come back. Or he goes... I think he's just going to Cindy, It's like Cindy's far more important. Yeah, cool. So takes no damage. He catches 2. They're both up to 5. All right, cool. We're looking good.
Yeah, that resist +1 is really causing Bao a headache.
So Shmi can quest for 2 hypothetically, and then it takes 1 damage, which still like it's still fine. It's still out of range, out of the challenges from Bao's side. So, John Silver. Okay, so someone can't challenge. Someone can't challenge next turn.
Correct. Yeah, can't challenge next turn.
Daisy wasn't challenging anyway, right? So, cool.
Smee quest.
So that's number 2, putting him up to 7. Ben on to 7. And questing for number 2, putting him up to 9. All right, cool. So he's moving ahead.
There's another Lilo.
He has not inked that much, and
3 ink.
That's really low. Like I feel like he should be more.
Like
I think the cards. Does he need to keep that many cards in hand? Like what does he have in hand?
There's a Storm Rage on, which is uninkable. There's a Mine, which you don't want to put that in the Inkwell. It's too important. And I think the other card was a Dock. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
probably.
Well, if that's the case, I think you still have to ink the Mine because, if you don't play the Mine, you don't want to play the Mine until you can play a Dwarf, and you don't want to play Dwarf until you have no cards in hand.
Yep.
And then Storm Rage on. Yeah.
So we may see.
Did we see a Sven being played? Is that what the? No, that's Ursula.
Ursula
at the bottom, and then goes Whole New World. All right, cool.
Yep. Yeah, I think Bao might have had 3 Whole New Worlds in hand there. So it makes sense.
Should have inked the cards, Should have inked the cards, man. You could see your opponent was feeling that way.
Ink, yeah. So this is really important. When you play a Whole New World, you should check your opponent's discard pile because
his board. So Ben's board is a high quality in terms of its lore and its stats, but Bao has what? 2 singers though. So the Ursula came in this turn. What's that popping off the top? Is that another aerial?
Another aerial, yeah.
Okay, so he's got 2. So he's got an aerial and then some other singers. So you can get a whole bunch of value out of these spells straight away. And this is why I'm saying that Steel Song should like start turn with Whole New World, and then
start singing the songs.
Start singing the songs. You know,
totally.
like do it with full tank of gas. No, don't go out there half cocked and then like you got no gas with all these new cards, right? So Ben definitely going to ink this turn.
Got a lot of cards in hand.
Yeah,
but starting to fall behind on the board a little bit here. So this is where Steel Song really shines.
9 lore is actually reasonably respectable with a full grip size. Still Daisy on the field as well. So Daisy will almost certainly quest this turn for 2 more. So it puts him up to 11.
Yeah, 11.
And then he's still got a full hand of cards, and then Calhoun's are still available. But
given that Ben went second here, right? So getting up, winning the race at this point is quite nice. And those 2 Calhouns do make it a bit tougher, Bao, because if they want to quest or sing with anything and exert, then the Calhoun can challenge in and gain the 2
push
lore.
Ben so far. So imagine if both of those translate into 2 lore each, and then
that's
the Daisy. The Daisy actually challenging.
The Daisy challenging.
So Calhoun's.
There's a Rapunzel. Yeah,
cool.
okay, makes sense.
Yeah, cool.
And then Ink and Ursula. And do we have any songs that could be sung here?
Only Strength for Raging Fire is relevant against Calhoun.
Yep.
It's only Strength for Raging Fire is relevant at all. The other ones are just pinging for 2 or pinging for 1.
All right.
So just going wide, and Ben just has to say, all right, cool. We go into Challenge Town. We go into putting the helmet on and going in there.
This is a very interesting, because it felt like Bao has not had a turn where they have stumbled at all. It felt like they've always done what they've been trying to do.
So just because you don't put yourself in a vulnerable spot doesn't mean that you're not getting ahead. By default, if you're not moving forward, you're falling behind from your opponent, right?
Yeah.
And Ben has had a lot of gas, and Bao's just been pinging stuff off, but hasn't been proactively questing significantly. So that's why he's a little bit behind on the lore.
Yep. So there's the Lilo.
So Lilo's going in.
So up to 7.
I'm not sure about that. If the Lilo quests, it means the Calhoun's go in and pick up 2 lore. So if the Lilos, if the Calhoun's are
I guess
challenging next turn, they're each representing 2. So you get 2 from challenging the Lilo, and
2 from challenging the Aerial.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's up to 13. That's up to 15.
Yep. So you're representing a lot, right? So I think Bao just hurt himself way more by doing that.
I think there was. Yeah, no, the Daisy doesn't have damage.
So you get rid of the Daisy for sure, but I think you need to focus on controlling board a little bit more before trying to quest. So questing, because he quested the Lilo, right? But moving from 5 to 7 isn't dramatically different. So you want to stop your opponent from getting from 11 to 15. Yeah.
Oh, this is a card that I love. It's recently come into the meta, and just the bodyguard effect on a 7 willpower character. And then these 2 Calhouns as well.
So it's got really big stats. It's got a strength of 4 and it's got a willpower of 7. So it's very beefy boy. It can take a lot of abuse. So this, it's not like Bao was really going to be doing much challenging this turn anyways, to be honest. But it means that Chempo, very, very, very stocky, very stocky card.
Yeah.
No removal's going to get through it.
And I think Bao has already gone through quite a lot of removal. I
think 3 Storm Rage ons.
Yeah, and
I'm not sure about Strength of Raging Fire. So it seems like a lot of them would have been relevant early on.
But
even then, what you?
Yeah.
Are you going to play 2 more characters just so you can send in a 7 damage Strength of Raging Fire into Chempo? Yeah. So okay. So Rapunzel digging deep.
Down, yeah. I think so. I think Bao just needs an answer for these Calhouns, otherwise,
Okay, so look, you heal and you draw 4 cards.
3
then
cards,
what? And then what? Cool. You're
looking for songs,
You scout ink, right? So Ursula can sing one. I guess Ursula and Eric will both sing one.
Yeah, there's the Zeus. I think that's exactly what Bao was digging for. So
Zeus. Nice. What, Zeus on a Calhoun?
Yeah, it might have come to that at this point. It may really be there.
So Zeus on Calhoun singing with the Ursula. Singing with the Ursula, which means that Ben only has 1 Calhoun on on the return. Yeah. So that would represent another 2, potentially putting up to 17.
Yep.
And then challenging with questing with Kempo, go 18. So yeah, so Ben's getting pretty close there. I don't. Yeah. Do any of the players have any Lilos?
There's one.
I think Bao has Lilo. Yeah. So
yeah.
Sometimes you might forget about that as well. Yeah. Oh, so he just sent in a whole bunch of guys, and he. Yeah. Okay. So now he's focused on clearing the ball.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Okay. That's yeah. Okay. That was a nice turn.
All right. So now we got a.
So there's the comeback from Bao, but Bao's gonna run out of songs targeted removal sooner or later, and when that happens, yeah.
So right now we don't
Storm.
have a Storm onto Rapunzel.
Draws a card, and then the Calhoun can challenge in now and gain the 2. Yep. So up to 17 now. So definitely getting to the end game for Ben. And
the Daisy
going wide here. Yep.
And is that happy or dock?
That's a dock. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. That's why we don't shuffle our hands, buddy. Put the cards down. Put the cards down. All right, cool.
So yeah, Ben going wide here. I think Ben's got the read that Bao is running quite low on removals. So I think I see his strength in hand, but apart from that,
also another thing, like I know, like in a lot of games, people will look at the other player's discard to just count how many of like X cards that they use. So interesting that like either Ben's remembered everything, or like he hasn't checked, how many of each song Bao has used yet. But I think that would be a very relevant thing to count up. It might be out of.
Some of them will be in the ink world, perhaps, but
but they would have been revealed.
I think more so than that, though. I think Ben may have just gotten the read from Bao's last turn. The challenge with the Rapunzel, and then playing the Rapunzel to draw 3, just digging and digging and digging. I think Ben's probably got the read that Bao's hand is not great right now, and
because he's only got so much more removal, and
that's right.
Withstood so much of it. To be honest, like where the Robin Hood's at. Yeah, I said to start the game, I think like Robin Hood's is a big chunk of stats, and I think he would have been good. I think I genuinely imagine he would have been like good into these Calhouns, and like so many the Robin Hoods just got inked like turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. I think.
Yeah, really rough.
All right, cool. So we see one of the Daisies being evicted from the party.
So.
And that's it, right? You just
needs. Well, no, he can't banish the Ursula. So. Quest for 1, there's the mine. Yep, moves that, and then, cool. Very nicely done from Ben. That was, for the player going second, that was really, really well played there from Ben.
So I think in that particular case, Bao probably could have played a little bit more aggressively. Could have played a little bit more aggressively. He had initiative. He had some. He did have initiative. And did have some control earlier on in the game.
Yep.
But probably could have just done a little bit more to push his lead. So he played Lilo on turn 2, and I think he just like could have quested with it. Ben played Calhoun, and like I think Bao. Did they have removal for the Calhoun? I can't remember. Like they didn't have removal for the Calhoun.
Came late,
but then they just like kind of respected the Calhoun a lot. Yeah, and the Calhoun just like stood there.
It's always rough though when you get 3 whole new worlds in your hand. That is definitely not what Bao was hoping for. Yeah, got a very stuck hand there at one point, and maybe didn't even want to play the whole new world, but just had no choice. If you if your hand's that bad, you just got to do it sometimes. And I guess that's the risk that you run when you play that card. You can get 2 or up to 3 of them, 4 of them in your hand.
True.
It is not a card that stacks well with itself.
And then like you have to send them to the banish whenever you cast it. So it's like, all right, cool. You can't chain into multiple ones.
Yeah, that's right. So you can't just play it again and find more songs and keep doing what you want to do.
Yeah. So what you doing, Bao? What you doing? Okay. Yeah.
Not keeping
cool.
2 whole new worlds in the opener. That seems good.
Yeah. So Ben is on the play this time. So this time Diggit is going first, and Steelsong going second.
Yep.
I think you still Cindy turn 1, and you want to try to like Storm Rage on your opponent's Cindy. Actually, your opponent's anything, right? Like except for Daisy. So I think like play going second has to play Daisy. Yeah. All right. Cool. So
so I think Ben has a pretty solid hand here. I saw a Cindy in there. I saw a Calhoun in there. Ink's
Lilo Ink. Okay.
That hurts your soul a little bit, doesn't it, Jason?
Yeah, like okay, I'm not sure like how important it is in this matchup. I guess maybe because this matchup's a little bit grindy. But does Bao play Calhoun? Did we see Calhoun?
Nah, I don't think so. Not in.
So he's got no punishment if you just go wide with Lilos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All of the removal is single target.
Yeah.
Bao just I think he dropped the card there, and
so
then picked it up, and it's like, well, Ben already knows what card it is.
So questing.
All right, questing for 2. And
what's the top card?
Cindy. Big Cinderella.
All right, yep.
And was that a Mine? Oh, no, Mr. Smee. I thought
Smee and Calhoun. All right.
Inking the namesake of the deck there. That would have been very wild.
All right.
All right, so we got Simba on the board. Simba, yeah, this is one of the things with the little Simba. The 1-2 stat line is pretty underwhelming. It doesn't deal with very much. It's really there for the shift.
It's really there to just move stuff in. Well, it's also to help you like unstick like rough hands as well.
Yeah,
and it also gets your Lilos into the discard. So
yeah, I think the filtering effect on your hand.
The utility is very
nice.
good, and he's taken advantage of that. Like, you can shift into it pretty early on for some advantage. So yeah, I think overall like it ticks a lot of boxes. But it just happens to be like Ben plays Calhoun and Bao doesn't have Calhoun, so all this stuff is, kind of a little bit at the mercy of the big mole cop.
Yeah. All right, and that was Along Came Zeus going to the bottom of Bao's deck, so Ben will probably be quite happy to see that. Inking the Mine, there it is. And what will we see? Another Mine. Okay, makes sense. Yep.
Got
Mine
Cindy.
and Cindy, yep. So Ben
he doesn't have any juice, enough juice right now to knock over the Mine. But yeah, has to keep in mind that it does represent like potentially a dock. How small is Ben's hand? It looks like 3 cards or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think there is a dock in there too.
So I don't think he dock next turn. I think
you wait one more. Yep.
So ink 1, then you play 1/1 dock or something. Or you can sink something and then dock. Potentially dock next turn. But like you want to move the dock as well. So
dock and then move is good here, but
at the very least you go happy into like Mine, so that's like pretty good. So just need to have a happy. And
there's the shift. So
shift into Simba and just questing
into the Mine. Yeah.
Okay, true. Okay,
right.
So that wasn't enough.
Red is the other 2 characters. Yeah, I like that.
That's legit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, very nice
cool.
And this is the power of that Simba. Like, Ben would love to send Calhoun into the Cindy there, get the 2 lore, remove it from the board.
Take no damage. All right, gains 2 lore. Top card, let the Storm Rage on. All right. Hey, man, he looked at the bottom card of his deck there. I'm a little bit, okay. Okay, cool. Send them both into Simba. All right, cool.
So gains 2 again. So
gains 2.
8-0, but Ben is starting to run out of gas a little bit here.
And did he skip inking again?
Yes.
Ben does not like to invest in his future.
Yeah, I know. I think the deck caps out at about 4 inks, so he's
going short on his ink stocks.
And what is in the hand here? I'm not seeing. So we got the Ursula. I think I see 2 Petes in there, which is probably not that great against this Mines deck, especially when they're playing this aggressively. So yeah, there's up to 8 lore for Ben and another 6 showing on board.
I think the most important thing is just don't play Whole New World.
Yeah, at the moment, you
just refills your opponent's gas.
Yep. We get Ink Pete, player Pete, and I think there's one
potentially we got a big Rapunzel turn next turn because Ben will quest with the Smee, and then Bao can just run Daisy into Smee, take free damage, and then like Rapunzel it up for free to like get a whole bunch of gas. Then subsequently use Cinderella and Pete to like sing those songs as well. So this might actually. Bao might actually be in a good position here, even though he's like kind of down.
Wow, Doc into Doc. Oh, what a play!
I don't know, but you got no mind. So it's a whole bunch of guys. But yeah, so Ben should be at 8 lore. So yeah, it's a little bit misleading. So he should be
up for 6. Yeah. So this is getting out of hand.
Currently,
so Pete and Cindy can both sing 3 costs. So potentially can remove some of these characters via songs, but yeah, the Smee Smee's on 3 health. It'll go to 2 health if it quests, and the 1/4s are also not that easy to remove. So.
So he just sat back on it. All right.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
Not pressing his advantage.
Just going wide.
He's a little bit worried. Like I think he. Okay. So Big Cindy's out. All right.
Yep.
This is actually really bad now for Ben. Like.
Yeah, it could be.
If he sings a song, what? He's just questing?
Quest for 5?
I don't know about that. Like, It's like
There's the
if you're that far behind, like I know. Okay, so admittedly, Cindy with Resist 2, very tough nut to crack. But you know, you don't have to crack her through if you're just gaining 8 and then going up to 16.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. I guess I'm not sure if Bao's got any songs in hand, so. I feel like if Bao had a three-star song, he would have sung it with the Pete. So that is
goes up to 16.
Up to 16.
Yeah, okay. And then you play every card in your hand because like clearly
and there's
the Pete. All right, cool. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
He just shakes his hand. All right, cool.
Pete referee says no bueno on the songs, and that is it. Yeah, Bao just does not have an answer. If he's unable to play songs on that one, it is impossible to remove the readied characters for that deck. So, yeah, brilliantly played by Ben. That's not how I thought the matchup was going to go out. I thought it would be quite even, but the Mines deck just really seemed to have the edge in that one.
Okay, so you say the Mines deck, but like Mines didn't really do anything.
That's true. That's fair.
So
that's fair. Just the more aggressively built Amber Steel.
Okay, so really what like Bao got very